Hey everybody, hope you're well. Back with Larry McKenna lesson number 2. He gave me a lesson on the tune Take the A Train. And this was an incredibly impactful lesson for me that influenced so much of what I was going to do later on. So let's get into it. He wrote out a solo, first 4 bars of Take the A Train, and then a little bit of a solo in the first half. And he wrote it out in alto key. Because when I went into Temple University in 1988, I was mainly an alto player. I think I owned a tenor, but I'm not sure. But I was an alto player. So he wrote it out, and most people do take the A Train in concert C. So that's what you see there, the alto key of A. Right, so he wrote out the first little motive, first little line there. And then he wrote out a solo on the first half of Take the A Train. So check it out. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Brilliant. Okay, so why was this so incredibly impactful for me? Well, first off, he gives great language just over the major scale. The first 2 chords, A major, concert C. Starts that major scale line on the 5. 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5. Very standard bebop type language. But again, as a new player, and I wasn't a new player, but as one that was really learning bebop language kind of more intricately, that was great to have. That was a great line to have. It was very easy for me to extract that line and then take it through all keys. But the next thing is what really just, ooh. So I played Take the A Train in high school and kind of knew the tune, and I was scuffling, like most people do, over the 2 dominant chord. So, and I've talked about this on the channel before, but in jazz tunes, the 2 dominant, normally in a major key, 1 major, 2 minor, if we're talking diatonically, 3 minor, 4 major, 5 major, 6 minor, 7 diminished, 1 major. Okay, so diatonically, the 2 chord is minor, but in Take the A Train and in a lot of other jazz standards, Girl from Ipanema, Desafinado, list goes on and on, you've got a 2 dominant. So now, look at the line that Larry gave. Larry gave this line. So he wrote the chord above, B9, sharp 11, and he told me the rule, and this was one of the first times he told me, when you have a natural 9 on a dominant chord, go up to the 5th degree and use that melodic minor. So if my dominant chord is B, if I go up 5, B, C, D, E, F sharp. F sharp. That's the jazz minor. It's so funny, Kenny. He wrote it right there. F sharp, jazz minor. Melodic minor scale. And then he gave me this pattern. Beautiful. And then here's 2, B minor 7. There's that Crimea River sound. We used to joke that was Larry McKenna because he loved teaching that sound. But here's another use of the jazz minor, E7 flat 9. So if it's a flat 9, remember, not a natural 9, but if it's a flat 9, you go up a half step and use that jazz minor, which essentially is the altered scale, right? But it's an F melodic minor. from the beginning. Sorry. What a great sound. Now the next one, bebop quote here. Now look at his use of triplets. I mean, just the rhythm that he writes out on these jazz etudes, right? And this is not to be overstated. It can't be overstated too much. Rhythm, use of rest, use of triplets, all the traditional bebop. Not only was Larry teaching me lines, like the right notes, he was teaching me the right rhythm structure as well by writing these out. So let me start in the second half here on the eighth note triplet. Beautiful. So this line over the B9 sharp 11, he starts with a little chromatic triplet down to the E sharp, which is really the major 7 of the F sharp melodic minor. Amazing. And then pretty standard line. If you're going to extract a little minor chord line, that's a great one. Now, this is interesting here. Harmonic A, harmonic minor. So Larry borrows from A minor, even though we're in A major, because he knows that over an E7, if he has a flat 9, he can use a harmonic minor sound. So let me play the whole thing again. The second half. Beautiful. Okay, and then Larry on the bottom gives me voicings, right? So F sharp minor 6, 9, which let me think here. What would that be? So an A. Okay. Right, so F sharp. There's my, there's what it is on the bottom. So basically these are piano voicings, right? He's just showing me that the use of that, what it really is. So F sharp minor can be used over the B13 sharp 11. That's really the sound of the jazz minor. So what was the big idea for this lesson? This lesson was use of the jazz minor, the melodic minor, and he used it in 2 different instances, but most importantly over the 2 dominant chords. So when you have a natural 9 going up to the 5th degree and using that jazz minor. So eventually what we would do was he would have me play this, but then he would have me play over the whole tune. So let me play over the whole tune. Here we go. And I'll play this solo in the beginning. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So that's this Take the A Train lesson with Larry McKenna. Again, fantastic, life-changing for me, because he's giving labels to sounds that I kind of had heard before in jazz, but didn't know what they were. And as a wide-eyed 18-year-old, I was just amazed. I would play through these after he wrote it out. And again, it took him like 5 minutes maybe to write this out. I was playing it and I was like, this is incredible. Now I know kind of what that sound is. So there you go. Larry McKenna lesson number 2 on Take the A Train. Take care.